Paranormal Miami, the Biltmore Hotel. Paranormal Miami, the Biltmore Hotel. This is Hakeem Ali-Bocas Alexander, reading for World Reading Club for the Blog Dealer on blogdealer.com. It's sponsored by Blog Dealer. That's blogdealer.com, blogdealer.com, in association with Uniquilibrium. And again, this is Paranormal Miami, the Biltmore Hotel. I'm sitting outside the Biltmore Hotel right now. It is 2:18 in the morning, and I forget exactly, it's December 11th. Man, I haven't been down to Miami since, well, I was here in May until June. So I got here the 24th of December of 2023 and stayed until February 28th, and then I drove to California and I was there until April 8th. Went to Virginia and was there for a week until around the 16th, at which point I came down here to Florida again, to Miami, to do some work that was with Jerry Blome at Miami Prop Rentals. Did a couple cool jobs with him. One most notable for most people that know, was a music video for Shakira featuring Cardi B called Punteria, which was debuted on YouTube. You can see some behind the scenes video and a bunch of photos on HakeemAlexander.com. But those are not spirits or ghosts, and that's what I'm here for. I have a few books published about the paranormal. One of them is House Healing for Ghost Hunters in Virginia Beach, and another one is Exorcising Demons in the Hampton Roads of Virginia Beach. And this next one coming up here that's going to be published today is about advanced ghost hunting techniques for paranormal investigators in Miami or something like that. And since I'm in Miami, I pulled up to the Biltmore Hotel. Interestingly enough, I think also related to the whole music video thing I was talking about, the first time I recall coming to the Biltmore Hotel was to work on a music video with Ricky Martin and Christina Aguilera. It's quite a long time ago. And right down the street from here is also another site that's supposed to be haunted called the Venetian Pools. Although I went by there and there's some construction going on, so it's all blocked off right now. There's several sites in Miami. Miami's a nice paranormal place. But as I was coming here I was just now in Hollywood, Florida, and I drove over here, and I found a website called hauntedrooms.com, and I haven't read anything from it yet. All I know is that they have a listing on here called Haunted Biltmore Hotel, Miami, Florida. And true to the form of World Reading Club, I am going to just read from the site. The link to hauntedrooms.com, specifically to the Biltmore Hotel. Of course, you can easily look that up yourself, but the direct link will be in the show notes for this podcast, as also will be for World Reading Club and for our sponsor, the Blog Dealer, on blogdealer.com. So I'm going to read that. Just going to read it verbatim, maybe make some commentary on it. But true to form, as I said, with World Reading Club, it's a cold reading. I haven't looked at it before. I just looked it up. So hopefully it's good. Hopefully I have some good information here about the Biltmore Hotel. Again, this is from hauntedrooms.com. Haunted Biltmore. It's titled Haunted Biltmore Hotel, Miami, Florida. What's really cool is it looks like they have a link that goes to check the availability of rooms. Fatty Walsh, the mobster who was killed in the hotel during a gambling dispute, is said to still reside here. He is said to open doors for waitresses who are carrying trays in and out of the restaurant. He writes messages on mirrors, steals lampshades, turns off lights, and plays with guests on the elevator. He's reported to send guests to floors they didn't want to go to. The elevators have been checked on numerous occasions, and never has a fault been found. There is a story of a husband and wife who wanted to get off the elevator on the 4th floor, but was brought to the empty 13th floor instead. Okay, I'll pause for some commentary there. Interesting enough, I lived in China for 5 years. One of the things I learned is that the word for death is similar to the word for the number 4, S. And in numerology, 13, which many in the Western world consider to be an unlucky number. Of course, in numerology, we reduce each number to a single digit usually, unless they're the so-called master numbers, which are simply just double digits like 11, 22, 33, and so on. 1 and 3 in numerology reduced is, of course, a 4. And so there's an interesting international connection between an unlucky number and a number that means death. Who knows if there's a deeper connection there. So let's continue. So there's a story of a husband and wife who wanted to get off the elevator on the 4th floor, but was brought to the empty 13th floor instead. The door opened and continued to stay open for a good while. Okay, so one of the things right there says the door, it was brought to the empty 13th floor. So apparently the Biltmore Hotel is one of those establishments that does not use the 13th floor because it's considered to be unlucky. Continuing. The woman got out of the elevator, and the elevator suddenly shot behind her and went down with her husband in it. The husband asked help from the staff, and when they went up to the 13th floor, they found the woman very frightened. She told them that she heard someone walking around in the shadows, talking and laughing. She also smelled cigar smoke. Guests have reported seeing a woman in white in their rooms. It is believed she is the ghost of a woman who jumped out of the tower for reasons still highly debated. A dancing couple is also seen in the ballroom waltzing across the floor and then suddenly vanishing. All right, this is good so far. It's well written. I like it. HauntedRooms.com. They have a cool little logo too, the letters HR. And I'm digging it. It's very cool so far. All right. And I got some photos here with me in front of the hotel that I'll be using in the new book, at least one of them, because most of the images I'm using are AI generated. And the Biltmore Hotel right now, the trees, the palm trees out here, are done up with lights. I'm assuming for Christmas, the trunk is done up all with white lights all the way up to the top, with the very top, right before the palm leaves sprout out. There's a little bit of red. It's pretty cool looking. All right, let's continue here. So, that just reminded me, because it said the woman in white, or somebody jumped out of the tower. I'm looking at the tower. It's pretty cool. All right. History. The Biltmore Hotel is a historic hotel located in Florida. Built in 1926 by George Merrick and John Bowman and designed by Schultz and Weaver, it became a National Historic Landmark in 1996 and was also placed on the Florida Architecture 100 Years, 100 Places. During World War II, it became a hospital for soldiers and was a school campus until 1968. Didn't know that. In 1987, it became a hotel again and was managed by Seaway Hotels Corporation. I don't know why, but my dyslexia for a second, right after the word Seaway Hotels, I saw Capone for some reason. So that's my brain playing tricks on me because of the whole gangster thing, I guess. But my mind does that every once in a while before I even looked. I mean, there's only a few letters the same, right? There's a C, there's a P, there's an N, so they're in that order. I wonder how if that's how dyslexia works. I've never been tested for any kind of so-called disorders, but it happens to me a lot, like way more often, and I've never really addressed it. I've just kind of said, that's interesting whenever it happens. All right, but again, during World War II, it became a hospital for soldiers and was a school campus until 1968. In 1987, it became a hotel again and was managed by Seaway Hotels Corporation. It was once the tallest building in Florida, and at one time, it had the biggest pool in the world. The hotel has been seen in various movies and television shows, including Miami Vice and Bad Boys. The centerpiece of the hotel is the 93-foot copper tower, which was copied from the Giralda Tower in Sevilla, Spain. I wonder if that's Giralda Tower, since it's in Sevilla, Spain. About all the accommodations in the hotel are arranged with attention to detail. Executive suites have views to the pool and spacious balconies. Junior suites have separate sitting areas from bedroom areas and have televisions for each area. Deluxe rooms have original Jerusalem tile floors and can be fitted with your choice of a king or queen sized bed. Superior rooms have small sitting areas. I keep making that sound. I'm just finding some fascinating things here. Guests have a lot of choices when it comes to dining at the hotel. There are 4 fine restaurants to choose from. Palme d'Or serves sumptuous French cuisines. Fontana is the romantic courtyard restaurant that serves Italian food. Cascade gives guests contemporary French Caribbean cuisine. And 19th Hole Bar and Grill is a classic restaurant with views to the Donald Ross golf course. The hotel's spa is a full-service spa that has an area of 12,000 square... Okay. I should say 12,000 square feet, but it says 12,000 square foot. Okay. The hotel's spa is... So I'm going to read it corrected, but it says foot here. Maybe I'm wrong, but let's see. Again, remember, cold reading. The hotel spa is a full-service spa that has an area of 12,000 square feet, and it offers pampering and relaxing services such as facial treatments, full-body massages, manicures, pedicures, and even acupuncture. Coral Gables Weddings. Okay, the web page I'm reading all of a sudden just reset to the beginning. I don't know why. So I have to scroll down again. Maybe it's a ghost playing with me for some reason, right? Just playing some silly trick. Alright, so Coral Gables weddings are also an affair to remember with lasting memories that you will cherish forever. Now it's turned to an advertisement for the Biltmore Hotel instead of talking about the haunting stuff. The Biltmore is surrounded by the lush greenery of the Biltmore Golf Course. It is a championship course which was designed by Donald Ross, and it offers guests a pro shop, private instruction, and a full practice facility. The course was reopened in November 2007 after a very expensive restoration. People love to play Florida down here love to play golf down here in Florida. Last year when I was here also, I think it was in Deerfield Beach. There was an open out here. There was a golf open, or was it a tennis? So they're both opens, right? I don't know because I don't follow either one of those sports, but there was I think it was a big golf tournament out here, and I'm pretty sure it was Deerfield Beach. Alright. Features plush sofa. See, I told you it turned into an advertisement for the hotel and no longer is talking about the hauntings. And this is hauntedrooms.com, but hey, it's probably why there's so many darn advertisements on their web pages. Alright, features plush sofa, plasma television, writing desk, wireless internet connection, mini bar, Plush robes and slippers. Things to do. Coral Gables is an upscale business and residential neighborhood, that's for sure, which is beautiful and safe. It is a unique place because of its Spanish style and heritage. One of the places you can visit in Coral Gables is the Venetian Pool. That's what I was just talking about, right? It was listed on the National Register of Historic Places and is the largest freshwater pool in the U.S. since the 1920s. It has been a very popular swimming spot. I actually went swimming there some time ago myself. The Fairchild Tropical Botanic Garden has a mission of giving people more knowledge of and conserving tropical plants. Art enthusiasts should go to the Low Art Museum, which can be found at the University of Miami. I've been there a lot since I've been down here again. I really like the University of Miami campus. It's very welcoming. It has a collection of art that goes as far back as 5,000 years. The Matheson Hammock Park is a park with nature trails, a marina, and a man-made beach. All right, so, I mean, we're not really much more talking about the haunted stuff. And, you know, maybe it would be cool if, upon listening to this recording later, there's some EVP, some electronic voice recording. But this really has just turned into a Biltmore Hotel / Coral Gables tourist attraction promotion. But I'm going to continue because it's interesting to know. I like to read. And it's a cold reading. And why not? I'm learning something from this. So let's continue here. When you need a bite in the park, it's just funny. When you need a bite in the park, you can always go to the Red Fish Grill. It is where the movie There's Something About Mary was filmed. Going to Merrick House should also not be missed. It is the childhood home of George Merrick, the person behind the City Beautiful. The person behind The City Beautiful. Okay. It's all capitalized, so The City Beautiful must be some place. So, George Merrick is the person behind The City Beautiful. We heard his name earlier. The hotel was designed by him and another guy. The Merrick House has a museum about the history of the Merrick family. Okay, here we go. Room tariffs. Room tariffs, people. Not the prices of the room, the tariffs. Bedroom terrace suites start at $679. Superior rooms at $269. Deluxe rooms $288. Junior suites start at $307. One-bedroom suites with 2 beds start at $351. One-bedroom tower suites start at $363. One-bedroom golf suites start at $439. Two-bedroom suites start at $551. One-bedroom presidential starts at $1,650. And three-bedroom penthouse starts at $1,650. I'm sure that is every night. And then there's a list of more haunted locations. And these are all here in Florida, I'm hoping. So it says Haunted Mareros Guest... Oh gosh, what happened again? The thing just... This page is flipping all over the place. Some weird stuff is happening. Alright. Haunted Mareros Guest Mansion, Key West, Florida. That's 125 miles from here. The Haunted... What is that? The Haunted Vinoy Renaissance, St. Petersburg, Florida, 202.1 miles. The Haunted Don Oscar Hotel, St. Pete Beach, Florida, 203 miles from here. The Haunted Casa Monica Hotel, St. Augustine, Florida, 293.7 miles from here. And the Haunted Marshall House Hotel in Savannah, Georgia, 440.7 miles from here. Alright, so that was interesting. Like I said, most of it seemed to be promotion for the hotel in the area. But hey, hauntedrooms.com, they gave me a little bit stuff I didn't know about the Biltmore Hotel. and that I passed on to you. I am Hakeem Ali-Bocas Alexander, reading for worldreadingclub.com on blogdealer.com, the sponsor Blog Dealer at blogdealer.com, in association with Uniquilibrium. Got a new book coming out about some paranormal stuff going on here in Miami, and all the links will be provided in the show notes to this podcast. Until next time, stay well.